So it's just me. Hi. I'm back for the second time today. I just wanted to come on and explain the episode that I shot today was ridiculously long, and so I decided to split it into two halves, and I kind of had a feeling as I was droning on through it that it would probably be a lot better for everybody if I put it up in two parts. So if you're watching this far and you got this far, I put a little scroll up at the end. I just kind of cut off the end of part one because I didn't know any other way to kind of end it. That's my fancy editing skills. There you go. Chop and just explain. So if you see a part one and a part two, this is the second half, and it's just part two of episode 40, and all really it is the haul. So if you don't like haul videos, or if you really want to see everything that I lugged home and why, keep on watching. Into the haul because yeah, it's kind of extensive. So let's just get into that. I'm just gonna say it's a lot, and if you don't like hauls, I get it. I totally get it. And hauls, yarn piggery, whatever you want to call it, I totally get it. If you don't want to watch, that's okay. I will see you next week. That's fine. But here we go. And it's a big one. Okay, so first off, I started, and I have to say, I've gone, and my daughter's like, you buy lotion at every one of these things, and you take it home, and you don't like it. Why are you buying more? And I'm like, because eventually I'm going to find the right one. Well, they have, and this is nothing new, LoLo Bars. And I'm sure you've seen them. Now, I have used solid lotion bars before. I'm not going to mention any names, but they've never worked for me. I think a lot of the times when you purchase them, they're sitting out, and that's why they're very spreadable and they're very easy to use. And then when you get them home, especially this time of year when it's cold, you have to do very strange things with that bar to get it to the consistency where you can get it off. And if anything, it kind of almost hurts to rub it off on your hands. Yeah, I kind of knew this one was going to have a bunch of interruptions in it. Anyway, moving on. So I had given up on those. And a friend of mine that I met and I ran into at the event said, no. You've got to try the LoLo Bars, because every time I see them, I stock up on them. And she was right. Here it is. It's chilly. I mean, it's chilly here. I got, and since this is KnitScents, mine is Bamboo Element. And I'm going to say this is like, and I'm not a citrus person. I can't even peel an orange and stand having my hands smell like orange. But this must have some kind of citrus in it, but this is just purely a fresh scent. The bar is not hard. It is not solid. You just literally do that, and you can see it's already off on my hands. It rubs in super easy, and it actually tells you, they didn't have another one of these. This is I want to say the 3-ounce bar, which is, yeah, this is a 3-ounce bar, which is a large size bar. They have the smaller ones that, you know, most people see and you put in your knitting bag. Unfortunately, when I went back on Sunday to get that size in this scent, because it is just fresh. That's what I'm going to say. If you're looking for a fresh, clean scent in the LoLo Bar, Bamboo Element is the one to go for. They had lavender, they had one of them was Sunshine something, and it also was a fresh scent, but it had a little too much citrus in it for me. So instead of getting the travel ones, I got this twist up one, which to me, I think is great. Because I'm like the Sahara. These twist up ones, you can pretty much rub on wherever your skin is dry. And which, you know, you could do with the bar too, but this is just so much easier. You twist it up, you rub it in, and here's the secret, folks. If you have one of those bars, or if you have LoLo bars and your hands are greasy, it says it right on the back. Absorbs after rubbing stops. Hello? So I'd be rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, and my hands are greasy, and I'm like, why are they greasy? It won't go away. When it stops, when you stop rubbing it, it absorbs in. I cannot recommend these highly enough. These get my seal of approval. LoLo Bars. If you've tried those moisturizing bars or those solid moisturizers, whatever they call them in the past, again, I'm not going to name names, but if you've tried other ones and they haven't worked, I would suggest the LoLo Bars. They're great. And the scents are amazing. If you just want to start with something, a clean, fresh smell, bamboo element, that's the one I went with, and it's just a clean, fresh smell. Okay, moving along, you can see I did a little interview with Michelle from, it used to be Michelle's Assortment, but it's not. She's Crafty Flutterby Creations. And I do have her website on the vlog, and she does shawl pins. Now, I have met Michelle before. This is the pin that I picked up because this is a different shape for her. This is a new round shape. And the stones on this, to me, I don't know. I'm like all about the orange now, but in some lights, it's orange, and in some lights, it's pink. But it's still a neutral because it's almost like a topazy orange. I don't know how to explain it. And I thought, even with this green, I thought it would look perfect. It's a nice size, and the reason I love her shawl pins, now like I said, I've given these as gifts. I've seen her before. These are two, I don't think I've shown them on the podcast before, but these are two that I've had. So this is her other style of shawl pin. She also has a circular one. You can see it in the vlog, that you just sort of twist in, and I was kind of nervous with that one because I have one that does that, and somehow or another I can't make it work. I don't think I'm coordinated enough. But she picks the most beautiful stones and different things to set into her shawl pins. She has charms. I bought an owl one for my daughter, and I love these because, first of all, if you need to bend it, you know, sometimes you have a shawl and you want it just so, and you got to bend your shawl pin a little bit. These are totally forgiving. You can bend them a little bit, you can straighten them back out again, and they don't fall off. I tried those ceramic ones, and oh, they're not going to break. Trust me, they break. And the wood sticks, they slip out. These don't. So again, that's Craftyflutterbycreations.com. Her name is Michelle for shawl pins. Okay, then I actually won this. How about that? There was a table, and again, if you look at the vlog, you'll see outside of the market, there are tables. And the tables, when I was doing the vlog, I couldn't spit out the word organizations. I don't know why. I just couldn't. But that's basically what they were. They were guilds and different organizations that have tables. The New York City Weaving Guild had a table. There was a table that was collecting squares or knitted items or something. And then there was a table from the Long Island Yarn Crawl, which is coming up in April. So I went over and I spoke to them because this year we're hoping to do the yarn crawl. And there were applications or things to fill out. And I said, can I take 4 of these for my friends? And one of them had a little sticker. And they were like, oh, you got a sticker. You got a prize. I'm like, wow, that's really nice. So I got this tote bag with all of the shops that are included in the yarn crawl for Long Island. It is the Long Island Yarn Crawl. And inside of it was this skein of Noro. I was like, oh my gosh, you know, that was pretty cool. Obi. I don't know if that's the colorway or the weight. I have no idea. I've only used two different kinds of Noro, which was their garden, something garden. I don't know. But this chunky skein of gorgeous Noro is going to be making Mama a hat. So that doesn't count. That does not count as a stash, okay? Because I didn't buy that. Then I found this yarn. What else is in here? What do I have thrown in here? Maybe I have thrown in here. Okay, that's my yarn crawl stuff. I found this booth. It was called Wasatch and Wool. And they are located in Park City, Utah. And they carry yarn from, I believe this is a local dyer to them. And it's marinated yarns. Now, I'm almost certain I've seen this yarn brand before, this dyer before. I don't know where, I don't remember where. It could have been at a festival, it could have been online. But the colors were just really, really pretty colors. And this one is named for exactly what it looks like. It's called Melted Box of Crayons. And the reason I picked this was because there was a sample up there of the Sunnydale Cowl. And it's by Katinka Designs. I'm going to show you that right here. Sunnydale Cowl by Katinka Designs. The sample was knit in this color yarn. It was a one skein project and I loved it. And it looked like something that you could knit quick. It wasn't, you know, a big complicated thing. So we got that. And then here is my tale of the end of the day on Sunday. Yeah. So we were in with Andrea Mowry and everybody's getting all of this, you know, things to fill in their fade. And I'm like, I do not have enough mohair. I don't have enough mohair. So I ran back and I had been spotting this color. And it's Hedgehog Fibers, it's the Kid Silk Lace, and the colorway is Bee's Knees. And I said, no, it's got too much yellow in it. And every time I went back, I kept picking up this color. Now, why you would go over, pick up a color because you like it, and then put it back and say, no, it's got yellow in it, I don't like it. Hello? So I said, you know what? I like this color. I really love this color. And because of the techniques that Andrea taught us, I see green, I see like a rusty color, I even see a little bit of brown in there. There is gray in here. This is going to go with something else and it's going to be gorgeous. So I ran back and got that. And I also got this color, which is a new colorway from Hedgehog in the mohair, which is called Piggy Bank. And again, I'm a pink girl. I would not have gravitated toward this bright pink, but having taken the classes, I can tone this pink down. And I can make this into another pink or mute the pink. It was just so freeing to know I can get a skein with the intention of mixing it together and putting it with something else where this skein will shine and another skein will shine and they'll bring out the best in each other. So that was the best. While we're on the subject, and this, by the way, from Do You Knit. Well, you know, Do You Knit, I've mentioned it 100 times on here, yarn store, Westfield, New Jersey, run by Karen K. Paws, who is also known as the Yarn Pimp, and let's just suffice it to say, I will show you, because it says it on the bag, I got pimped at the Yarn Pimp quite a bit this weekend. This is the colorway Vogue 2018 that Beata dyed specially for Karen for the Vogue knitting show. I got one skein of that in the skinny singles. And the other thing I got was what I have been coveting and grabbed on Friday night, because I actually saw a skein of it, was again, the lace, the Kid Silk lace in the colorway Teacup, which I loved. So that, no, is not all. Might as well just go right into the last of the pimping, because I hit that booth kind of hard. I did. So let's just throw it all on out there and show up the rest of it. I got, and you'll see in the vlog, I was holding up, Karen had put together a lot of kits. Karen has a great color sense. So Do You Knit had a lot of kits, a lot of fade kits, kits for various shawls and whatnot. And I didn't even realize that she had put together kits for the Zweig sweater. Now, I had been eyeing the Zweig sweater and thinking about knitting it, and I saw the kits for it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. It's going to go on my list after the comfort cardigan. Finish that first. And I saw two kits. One was a bluish and one was a greenish, and I was kind of like, I don't really love it. And I started digging around. I found this kit, and it was all over after that. So this is for the Zweig sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I think that's holding it straight. There we go. The yarn is Vita Lifestyle in their classic sock. And it is 3 colors in this pinky purple kind of color. And then the one speckled skein for the lace work, which, all right, that was it. Saw this kit, and down I went. And what would a trip there be without one of her bags? Do You Knit? I actually thought this was like a yarn pop bag, but this was a huge, nice size bag. Of course, Karen is also a pink lover, so the inside is pink and the bag is huge. I mean, I don't know if it's showing up, but it really is huge. This would hold a sweater. So we got that, and just in case you didn't believe me, that's what my bag says. I got pimped by Do You Knit. And boy, I did. So that was pretty much that. No, I'm not done. I wish I was, but I'm not done yet. There's more. On the floor it goes. I had been wanting to get from the Fringe Fiber Company their field bag. And I didn't see it, I didn't notice it, and my daughter is never going to let me forget this because she said, I saw it. I'm telling you, I saw it in a booth. And she described exactly where it was. So she was off doing something, and she told me, just go to the back on the 5th floor. It is there, whatever. I'm like, no, it's not. I went there. I looked in every booth. It was there. I felt like an idiot. So I'm going to show you this side first. I did get my field bag, my Fringe Supply Company field bag, which I love. If you've never seen it before, it's a canvas type bag. It has a drawstring on it with a leather handle. But I'm going to show you the other side, because if you haven't gotten into the craze or seen these yet, enamel pins are everywhere. Almost every booth had them, and these are the ones that I picked up. So I don't know how well they're showing on here, but I got an enamel pin from Knitty City. This one says happiness is handmade. Of course, I had to get the one that said Yarn Snob. Knitter, this one came from Stephen and Penelope. Here's a little sheep knitting. This one I think I also picked up at Knitty City. This one, which is the knitting needles with the hearts, this one also was from the Stephen and Penelope booth. Here's another one here, which is a coffee cup, so we all know how to get that one. Coffee, knit, sleep, and repeat. Okay, it doesn't get better than that. This I thought was adorable. It says, your junk, and then yarn. And then this was a taxi cab, says VKL 18. So I pimped out my bag with my enamel pins, and that's my drawstring, Fringe Company, fiber, fringe, whatever, field bag. Okay. Also vending, and they don't vend often. I had a long chat with the person that was running the booth. Knit Picks was there, not a booth selling Knit Picks, which I have seen at festivals before, selling certain Knit Picks items. This was Knit Picks. Knit Picks came, I don't even know if this recorded this whole thing because something went funny. So I don't know if I have to edit something out. But anyway, Knit Picks came with its own booths. And that was really eye-opening for me. Now, I've used Knit Picks before, but I never think to look there first when I'm looking for a really good workhorse basic yarn, particularly in a solid or a semi-solid. And for the price point, I don't think you can beat it. Now, Andrea Mowry, both days, was wearing her weekender sweater, one in a solid color and one day in a marled. Both of them were Brooklyn tweed shelter. And I didn't find, thank goodness, any place that was selling it because it would have been an arm and a leg. And when I realized that Knit Picks was there, I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just try, it was a worsted weight, why don't I just try a worsted weight from Brooklyn, from Knit Picks? So I did. It was like $1.99 a skein. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The Wool of the Andes is $1.99 a skein. This was $6.99 a skein, but the yardage on this was tremendous. I only needed, I think, 4 skeins, or I took 5 just in case. It's 219 yards, 100 grams, worsted weight, and this is 100% eco wool. And I think the lady explained to me that the difference between this and the Wool of the Andes, and I'm just going to let that phone ring until just somebody picks it up, because I'm not stopping this thing again. I'm going to talk over it. I'm just going to talk right over it. The difference between this and the Wool of the Andes was, she said this comes in more neutral, woolly light colors, which is exactly what I was looking for anyway. They didn't have the Wool of the Andes there, but this to me had a very, I've used Brooklyn tweed before, and this has a very similar feel to it. I love the colorway, and they had enough there for the weekender sweater. So this will be my weekender sweater from Knit Picks. So I did get that. Took advantage of the fact that they were there. We're almost at the bottom. We are almost at the bottom. This was another bag. I know. Well, here's how I'm going to justify these bags, because this is how I'm going to do it. It's not going to make any sense, and it's the biggest bunch of baloney you've ever heard. But in Suffolk County, as of January 1st, and I live in Suffolk, on Long Island, Nassau and Suffolk, I live in Suffolk, they're now charging for plastic bags. So when you go into the supermarket, when you go into Target, when you go into 7-Eleven, when you go into any store, you have to pay for a plastic bag. You have to pay 5 cents per plastic bag. Now, again, I'm going off on a tangent. The supermarket where I shop, I check myself out as I go along. I have a scanner. So I always bring my recycle bags so I don't have to move everything over. I bring my own bags. I scan it, put it in the bags. When I finish shopping, I scan the scanner. I'm done, and I'm out the door. I pay, and I'm gone. So I'm kind of used to that, and I have a lot of those bags, but don't tell anybody, because my excuse for buying these tote bags is they're great to have with me. I don't have to pay for the shopping bag, for the plastic bags. I have all of these nice tote bags. Is that a load of baloney or what? Okay, so here is my resting knit face bag, since forever. And this again I got at the Stephen and Penelope booth. There's another bag in here, but I had to. Sorry for the crinkling. I didn't take it out. This is a tote bag from Della Q. It was designed by Vicki Howell. I saw pink and went crazy, but this is an open bucket bag. And I was saying to the woman, you know, I love the bag. I love the bag, and I actually love the bucket style bags, but I have a problem with my pets getting into the bags. She's like, I got you covered. You put your stuff in this and put this in the bag. Paws Off my knitting. Okay, works for me. Project in here, bag goes in the tote. Della Q, that was great. This one I didn't buy. There was a booth that, and it was a very unique concept. They sell, and I wish I have somewhere in this mess, and I have to say most of this is still a mess. Somewhere in this mess is their card. And what they do is, it's a website that you go to, and if you're a reader and you like audiobooks, they kind of match up the length of how long your project is going to take or how long you're going to knit. I wasn't really sure. I did give them my email, so hopefully I'll get some information back from them and be able to pass it on to you. But essentially what they do is they match up the length of a book and your interests and your reading genre, what you like. I didn't know how it worked, but all I know is if you gave them your email, it was really strange. They gave you this coin. It was like, you know, that tic-tac-toe game. Anyway, you just dropped it in, and whatever prize it landed on, that's what you won. And what do I win? Another bag. So, oh, wait a minute. Maybe it says, oh, tryaudiobooks.com. Listen while you knit. That's their website. Look at that. And this is kind of like a backpack drawstring bag. Okay, worked for me. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And it's pink and purple, so you can't really go wrong with that. So that's also in the haul. I'm getting to the bottom. I promise. I'm getting to the bottom. This was gifted to me. I met this lovely, lovely woman. Choco Cat Mom is her name on Ravelry. I don't know if she wanted me to give out her name on so that's who she is on Ravelry. And we took Martina Beam's class together. And she gifted me this stitch marker, this kitty stitch marker, and this really adorable little case, which, like I said before, knitters are just awesome. Knitters are really just the most awesome people. And to say that I was thrilled to find out that I'm going to have the chance to see her again because she is going to SSK in July. So I will have the opportunity to see you again if you're watching. I thank you again so much. This is so, so adorable. I love the little kitty. As it turns out, I do have 2 kitties. So I am a cat person. So I thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed Martina's class as much as I did. Lovely, lovely lady. So thank you very, very much. So that came along, and also in my bag. Now here's where this all started. It all started Friday night. This is from Friday night. Stephen and Penelope brought in La Bien Aimée. Now I have been trying to get my hands on La Bien Aimé's colors and yarn forever, since, I don't know. And I haven't been able to nail any. So I made up for lost time. So I got 4 skeins. One, and they're not even translating. This one with the orange and the green, which I know is not really showing up in gray. Just loved it. Loved it, loved it. And that's a pretty good, accurate display of the color. The color name is Happy Accident. Actually, it's Happy Accident 2. So that was one. I'm going to try to hustle this up because I know this episode is just going to be an all-day thing. Here's Happy Accident 8. Okay, that's another colorway with some, it's white with some darker pops of color. And here we've got some golds, we've got some really deep blue, just stunning, stunning colorways. I mean, at one point, you know, it was just like grab anything because they're all gorgeous. This one was a little bit less white in it. This is called West Knits Goes to Paris. Had to have it. Had to have it. Okay, so this colorway was created for Stephen West, and it's just all the colors. All the colors. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this one, I'm sorry I didn't grab like an entire handful. It's called Gateway Purple. And I knew I had colors at home that would go with this, so there we go. And I promise I'm almost at the bottom. In fact, I have the tassels, that's it, from Stephen V. These are going to go on my Fezza Pancini if I ever get around to knitting it, which now I have to now that I met him. And the other thing I got was from a yarn company, Flying Fibers Yarn Company. And this is grown with love in the UK and made with care in the US. So the fibers on these, this is a lovely blend of Blueface Leicester and Wensleydale. And it's made in Pennsylvania. So essentially they source their yarn, their fiber, from the UK and spin it and dye it here. And I felt the yarn, and you know, being a spinner and having purchased fleece and you know, learning more and more about fibers, you have to feel this, because even though they're long wools, they're soft, but they still have that sheepy woolly quality to them. And she had these two knit up, and I think I might actually have to reverse the colors on this. I don't know if we're going to have enough yardage, but into the Ginkgo Shawl. That's what she had these knit into. And I saw it, flipped for it, and it came home with me because I had to make it. That is all she wrote. And if you sat through all of that, thank you. Thank you very much. Because to be perfectly honest with you, it was embarrassing. It really was. So the only other thing that I wanted to mention was this morning, I noticed that we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. Now, to most people, that's like not even small potatoes, okay? That's like, are you kidding me? 100 subscribers? But to me, it was everything. It was just meant the world to me to see 100 subscribers. Again, like I said, to most people, they're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I thank every one of you who follows me, who watches this podcast, puts up with me and my crazy. I really cannot tell you how much I appreciate it and how much it meant to me just to get to that 100 mark was really special. It really was. I never thought I would still be at this and still having fun with it. So even though this episode is probably going to be like an hour and a half, I don't know, maybe I'll split it up into 2, who knows. I probably will, because this may be just too long. But I really just wanted to take a minute and thank you all for watching, for sharing with me. It's been fun. It's fun from my side. I hope you enjoy. Again, if you have any suggestions, any ideas, input is greatly appreciated. You can put it in the comments section below. You can put it on the Ravelry podcast group. I would love for you to join us on our New Year's knit along. I know there are 3 of us that are going to be doing the comfort fade cardigan. I don't care what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you've started something already and you want to join in. That's fine. If we get a few people, I will gladly find. I'm sure I can find something to use for a prize, or maybe 2 at the end if we get a bunch of people to join in. So head on over and join us on the KnitScents podcast group on Ravelry if you haven't already joined us. Say hello, introduce yourself, join in, join the Cal. There are no rules on this one. Like I said, if you've started something already, if you want to start something else, it doesn't have to be the comfort fade cardigan. It's just a way for us to all get to know each other. And I am so, so thankful for each and every one of you that joins me. So with all of that, and having said all of that, with all those interruptions, I am going to try to edit this down. And if I can't get it into like an hour or an hour and 10 minutes, I will make part 1 and part 2, because I don't want anybody to have to sit through this whole thing. Like I said, and I said it in the blog, I don't think I can take that much in that period of time. So thank you all again. I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy, and I will see you next week. And until then, remember to knit with sense.